Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Paternity University. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the biggest lessons I've learned and mistakes I've made in operating my paternity testing business so that you can learn from me on what not to do. I'm going to tell a couple of stories. I'm going to give you guys some solutions as well so you'll know, like I said, what not to do. So first things first, this is a very emotional business. People call in all the time, they're going through all forms of emotion. They want answers and they may not be thinking very clearly. Meanwhile, you're trying to provide the solution. You're trying to be level-headed because you're the business owner, but you can't fall into that same level of emotion that they have because it can kind of trip you up. So quick story. So I had one of the second call I ever got was out of the East Coast. Lady called and said, "Hey, I need a DNA test. I need a paternity test right now because I'm going to get on the plane and leave to Florida immediately in the next 2 hours, and I'm never going to come back again." I'm like, "Okay, ma'am, oh my gosh, that's crazy to hear. Okay, we can help you out. I'm going to send a collector over to your home." Got off the phone with her, immediately didn't accept any type of payment or any type of down payment or anything like that. Called up a collector, spun him up on the story. He went out there directly to their home. He gets there, he calls me and says, "Man, the alleged father doesn't want to test and they're still arguing. I really don't feel safe. I'm going to go ahead and leave." And so the mistake I made was first off, understanding the situation. She said she was going to get on a plane in 2 hours and never come back again. That's an indicator that that couple had probably been arguing. So it was, something that was a spur of the moment kind of call, like a request for a paternity test. They were probably arguing over, God knows what. But just kind of heeding to that was an emotional situation. And then the second thing is I didn't take a payment. I didn't take a down payment. Now they have to pay an invoice or they pay over the phone before we even leave the house to go to the office to test, or before they go anywhere to get a DNA test wherever it is in the United States. And third was contacting a collector and getting him involved in this without, having made sure that everything was squared away. Fourth, which is actually one of the biggest ones, is I didn't confirm that the alleged father wanted to test. She called, she was the mother, and she said she wanted a paternity test, but I didn't confirm that the alleged father has to want to test. Obviously, it's a paternity test. So he has to want to test and get swabbed. And if he doesn't, then it's essentially no point. So that was a huge lesson that I had to learn. That was my second call ever. And the thing is, you're excited, especially when you start your DNA testing business. You're excited, you're ready, you're happy, you're ready to go, and you get your calls, and then you kind of forget your sales script. You kind of forget some of these processes because you're excited and ready to make money. But you have to remember that you're dealing with people's emotions. So that's a big thing. So that's one story. The second story is another story of me not taking payment and just being excited. This was after I had relocated to West Texas, and I get a call, like 6:50 in the morning on a Saturday. Another indicator, 6:50 in the morning on a Saturday. Somebody calls and they say they want a DNA test at their home, immediately. Come do a DNA test. 6:50 in the morning, 7 in the morning. And I just, the call wakes me up out of bed. I'm excited. The sun's out, so I'm thinking that it's later on in the morning. And I agree. I'm like, okay, yes, I can get out there. Got it. Hang up the phone, right? I tell my wife, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm going to go get ready to do a paternity test." She's like, "Do you not realize it's 7 in the morning? This is technically before our business hours start. And did they pay for it? Did they even pay for it?" I'm like, no, they're going to pay for me when I get there. She was like, "Call them back. Let them know that you will come later and they need to make a payment first." All right. So I called them back, and the dude gets really mad. And then you hear the mother in the background. She's like crying hysterically, and then he just hangs up the phone. So another indicator that there might have been an argument of some sort or a disagreement. Maybe the night before, that morning, they were arguing over the kid is his or not, or maybe he didn't believe the kid was his. I don't know the background of the argument. But it was a call at 6:50 in the morning on a Saturday. And once again, I didn't take payment. You got to take, in this business, you got to take payment before you move, before you do anything. You take payment before you swap. That's at least what I do. Those are my SOPs. And so those were two big lessons I learned over time. I finally, I got into really knowing my script, my customer script, how to talk to clients, how to take payment, etc. I learned not to get, every time the phone rings is great. That's a potential client, but don't get too excited and mess up your entire foundation or mess up your script. You have to stick to the script. People got to pay you. You're a business regardless, and you have to make your money. So those are some lessons that I learned. I want y'all to take away from that. And as you begin to build your DNA testing businesses, understand, take payment, and then people are emotional. So sometimes you kind of try to have them dial it in and bring them back to reality so that you can come to a solution to help them. So thank you very much for tuning in. Hey, hit that subscribe button. Check me out on Twitter at Royal Skigi. I'm very active there, where you can follow me. I can talk about paternity testing all the time. If you're interested in getting the course, paternityuniversity.com. All that stuff's going to be in the video links below, where you can get the course, Paternity University, and learn how to start your own paternity testing company for less than $500 starting off. All right. Thank you.